I see a red light.
I think we're ready.
I think we are.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Representative Renee Kosel of the New Lenox District, and she's helping me discuss some of the issues, the roads and transportation issues that are affecting Illinois right now. Representative Kosel, could you talk a little bit about what's going on as far as high-speed rail, perhaps how it addresses the canal, and plans for roads in Illinois?
There is a program that President Obama has talked about to establish high-speed rail corridors throughout the United States, and Illinois is in the process of applying for some of these grants. The grants, however, are not for the actual construction, but just for the study of constructing these high-speed corridors. And actually, recently the governor spoke about them in his State of the State address, and spoke of the corridor between Chicago and St. Louis, and then a second corridor going down to Champaign-Urbana. These corridors are not without controversy. Because high-speed rail requires overpasses and underpasses, they have a pretty profound impact on the communities that they run through. So there's two ways to go. You can either disturb existing communities in small towns from here to there with overpasses and underpasses, or high-speed rails that have to have very, very significant at-grade barriers so people can't get in front of them. Or you can purchase new right-of-way that goes around all of these. Both of these alternatives are extremely expensive, and this is where the rub comes. Another area that really is very controversial about it is the fact that this money is being spent on studies and not on construction. Construction provides jobs. Studies provides jobs, but very few. And there's always discussion out there as to whether, if you were a homeowner and you aren't paying your mortgage and you aren't paying your utility bills, should you be looking at a hybrid car? Relate that back to Illinois. Illinois is not paying its bills. There's a terrible backlog of bills, over $6 billion in backlog bills right now. And should we be looking at this, or should we be investing money in something else that will reduce jobs, that will increase the economy, that will turn the economy around in Illinois, and help with our unemployment rate that is way over 10%?
How about the proposed Illiana road?
That is something that's actually moving ahead. There is a discussion with Indiana for the first time. We haven't had those discussions before. The Illiana would connect 65 to 57 at approximately Piatone, although I don't think a corridor has been determined yet. And I believe we should probably preserve a corridor in there so that we can get that. That would then provide a circle route around down 57, back to 80, and 80 to 355, and people could actually get around a little bit better. Anyone who is out there and has tried to get through the bottom of the lake on 80 and some of those other routes that are there, even taking local routes, it's always crowded, it's always backed up, and so we really do need some traffic relief there, and it's something that could be built fairly quickly. Right away wouldn't be too expensive because that is still a pretty underdeveloped area.
Representative Kosel, could you address some of the issues about the Lockport Canal?
Lockport Canal is also a transportation issue, and many people don't realize that we have a lot of barge traffic that goes up to the city of Chicago and back down through the Lockport canals, through the Des Plaines River, into the Illinois, down to the Mississippi River, and we bring a lot of merchandise, a lot of not store merchandise, but a lot of bulk materials in through those canals and take out a lot the same way. Many of our road builders, many of our cement contractors bring in things, bulk raw materials to build in the city of Chicago are brought in through those canals, and there's some discussion with other states in the area that they want to close the locks there that are needed in order to have this transportation go up to Chicago. The reason they want to close the locks is there's a fear of what's happening with the the Asian carp. And if the Asian carp get into Lake Michigan, they could destroy the ecosystem of Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, and so forth, all the Great Lakes. So there is, we are actually being sued by several other states to close those locks. If we close those locks, it will have a very detrimental effect on the economy of the state. So we have to find another way to keep those Asian carp south of the city of Chicago, out of Lake Michigan, and still keep those transportation corridors going.
Representative, thank you so much for sharing your opinions with us and your insights. Representative Kosel is on the Mass Transportation Committee for the state of Illinois, and she is in leadership in the Republican House of Representatives. Thank you so very much.